Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the SignatureTV News Update. I am Marvelous Obomman. Now in the headlines, law enforcement agencies need to be guided in their conduct, says the Comptroller General, Nigeria Immigration Service. Expose corruption, ICPC boss charges legislators. Group affirms support for Kingsley Mohalo come 2023 general election. And now the details. The Comptroller General, Nigeria Immigration Service, Mohammed Babandede, has stressed the need for the Nigerian law enforcement agencies to be guided in their conduct and operation. According to him, interagency collaboration is key to tackling crime, and efforts should be made for them to have a unified method of operation to achieve optimal results. He made a statement on Wednesday in Abuja while presenting and unveiling the Nigeria Immigration Service Standard Operating Procedure (SOP) on combating smuggling in Nigeria. The immigration boss said that the SOP will help guide frontline officers in carrying out their duties. Signature TV correspondent Maduakwo Chukwode was at the presentation and now reports. The Comptroller General, Nigeria Immigration Service, Mohammed Babandede, while unveiling the Service Standard Operating Procedure (SOP), called for a more comprehensive partnership in domesticating the procedure on anti-smuggling of migrants, urging men of the service and other sister agencies to take advantage of the document.
NIS is committed to effectively implement this smuggling of migrants so that we can contribute to global security and also fight transnational crime. We have empowered law enforcement by providing a smuggling of migrant tools for them to ensure that this job is done effectively. We must work together in order to successfully save this country from all its vices.
Lending her voice, Assistant Comptroller General Edith Onyemenam stressed the importance of the SOP document in boosting operational capacity.
Smuggling of migrant documents will therefore be of great value to the Nigeria Immigration Service in the prevention of smuggling of migrants, interagency collaboration, and rendering assistance to vulnerable migrants. It will help to maintain consistency across borders so that things are not left as a whims and caprices of individual officers.
The team leader of the project, Rafael Molina, said the book was produced following the European standard.
We have also followed the European standard in this document. Basically, we have produced 10,000 copies so far, but in case that the Immigration Service needed more copies, we are in capacity, we have the disposition to make more.
The representative of the Dutch Embassy and European Union, Volkamia Amado and Eleni Zazelido, in their separate comments, advised that the SOP be utilized to improve efficiency and expressed their happiness over the way the immigration boss took the project.
We're very delighted that this SOP is being launched today, particularly regarding the good cooperations that we have established with the Nigerian Immigration Service as well as NAPTIP and other agencies. We're hoping that this SOP will not just be a document but also will be utilized in improving the efficiency of NIS.
We hope that this document will be put into good use by all NIS officials, especially those at the border, and we really hope that the agency can make the best use out of it together with other agencies who are also working at the border, such as NAPTIP and DLEA. We certainly need a partnership and commitment from all agencies at the borders.
Highlights of the event were the unveiling of the SOP document by the Comptroller General, Nigeria Immigration Service, and a group photograph with the partners and sister agencies. The Standard Operating Procedure document is a brainchild of different interagency collaborations, including the European Union, different world embassies, the Spanish Embassy, the Netherlands Embassy. The Nigerian Immigration Service also played an active role in producing this document, which is also to ensure operational capacity of officers in the front line. I am Marvelous Obomman for Signature TV, Abuja. Residents of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has registered their fear over plan by Boko Haram terrorists to invade the capital city. To this end, schools in the Federal Capital Territory have shut down activities, while security personnel have beefed up their surveillance by thoroughly inspecting and monitoring vehicles entering into the government establishments and those coming into the nation's capital city. Meanwhile, the Guards Brigade commander, Brigadier General Mohammed Usman, says the nation's capital is safe, adding that his troops are regularly patrolling the FCT and are yet to encounter any security threat. The Presidential Guards Brigade is an elite brigade of the Nigerian Army responsible for protecting the President of Nigeria, the seat of power, and also the Federal Capital Territory. Usman also dismissed reports that insurgents were targeting very important persons in the FCT, noting that he was not aware of any intelligence to that effect. Ignatius Kaigama, the Archbishop of Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, has called on the Nigerian government to put her house in order as Nigeria ranks third among countries most affected by terrorism. The Archbishop made this known during an interactive session with the media to mark this year's World Communications Day on Friday in Abuja. Signature TV correspondent Ifunanya Ilodianya was at the interactive session and now reports.
Kaigama described insecurity as Nigeria's greatest challenge and called on the federal government to checkmate all forms of terrorism.
At the moment, insecurity is the greatest challenge facing our country. Boko Haram has menacingly ravaged the land. The herdsman-farmer menace has festered and spread and has today developed into banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and brutal killings. As many Nigerians cry out, we call on the government to do the needful in ensuring that terrorists are checkmated, criminals rounded up, bandits dismantled, and kidnappers put out of business.
The Archbishop also charged political leaders to encourage youth participation in governance as they were critical in nations building.
Government should open up discussion, debate, and dialogue about the issues at hand across political parties, religious or ethnic lines. I'm talking about the youth. In hindsight, the youth played significant roles in the development of this nation.
Also speaking at the event, Reverend Father Patrick Alumuku, Director of Communications, Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, said the day was set aside 55 years ago by Pope John Paul II, aimed at using communication to promote humanity, love, and dialogue in the Church and the world at large.
55 years ago, at the end of the Second Vatican Council, the Church realized that it needed to embed communications in its work, to use the means of communications effectively for evangelization. Today, the Church continually urges us as Catholic media practitioners to work together to have media work that promotes humanity, that promotes love, that promotes peace, that promotes dialogue.
The event, which took place at Our Lady Queen of Nigeria's Pro Cathedral, had members of the Catholic clergy and representatives of the media in attendance. Ifunanya Ilodianya Ichendu in Abuja for Signature TV.
After an expanded stakeholder meeting to combat rates of insecurity in Benue, the state government on Thursday approved the establishment of vigilante groups. Governor Samuel Otom disclosed this when he briefed journalists on the outcome of the meeting held at the government house. Otom said the setting up of vigilante group was necessary based on the renewed attacks on the people of the state by armed herdsmen, which has overstretched security agencies. He said the vigilante would be constituted from the community to local government levels to complement the operations of conventional security agencies across the state. Otom hinted that the recruitment process will commence immediately, disclosing that those to be recruited will be within the age bracket of 18 to 15 years, comprising mostly ex-servicemen. The Chairman, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Professor Bolaji Owasonoye, has charged Nigerian legislators to use the power vested in them by the Nigerian Constitution to investigate, expose and prevent corruption at all levels of government. The ICPC boss made this call at a two-day capacity building workshop organized by Conrad Adenoa Stiftung CAS in collaboration with the House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption on Thursday in Abuja. The workshop with the theme, Fight Against Corruption, Role of the Legislature, was organized to enlighten, engage and awaken the legislature to fight against corruption in Nigeria.
The legislature has the power to investigate, expose and prevent corruption at all levels of government. The oversight functions and the powers of the legislature enables it to take an active role in understanding and monitoring the performance of other arms, especially the executive arm. I think there's a perception out there that the legislature is rather reactive, trying to put out fires rather than preventing the fires from going on, and sometimes dramatic in its approach to its oversight function. But nevertheless, this oversight function is critical. It's very important, much more as a preventive to ensure that we don't get to where we have found ourselves today. Because by making a brief intervention about our efforts in constituency and executive project tracking initiative, which was launched in 2019 to track zonal interventions. This initiative has been extended to including executive projects, and that I would like to observe that the initial skepticism of some people, some constituents, that it was targeted at embarrassing legislators has been put to lie, because it is clear to observe that since we embarked on this track, we've had over 700 projects that were either abandoned, returned to and completed. And we've received letters from traditional rulers and received letters from legislators also, thank you, and all that, confirming the utility of this option.
We must ensure that we change the narrative. The narrative of the parliament as is an organ of government that is being tainted with a lot of corrupt charges. The narrative of a parliament that has certain shady deals among themselves. The narrative of a parliament that has some undermining strength to undermine the anti-graft against. I want to say boldly from the point of someone that has been a member of the executive before and now part of the legislature, that if there's any organ of government that can work closely with an advanced anti-graft agency, that organ of government is the legislature. For the ICPC, for the EFCC, for the Conduct Bureau and some other related anti-graft agencies to work and achieve their mandate of fighting corruption, I think they should see the legislature as a partner that they can work with. You can work with them in strengthening the matter of legislation. You can work with them in the oversight function. You can work with them in ensuring that you join the advocacy by ensuring that the legislature are giving more funding to have the various mechanisms, the various machinery, the various structure within the National Assembly to work with, to come up with researches, to come up with findings, to come up with a lot of collaboration from other agencies that can ensure them perform their role the role of oversight. Oversight is key. Oversight is fundamental.
There's a wrong narrative that has strongly been that is strongly believed by Nigerians, that the legislature many a times constitute an impediment to ensuring that the fight against corruption is successful. So the essence of this retreat is to have an engagement that will further expose or reveal to the legislative arms the Herculean task before them.
Chairman of the Association for 19 Northern Nigerian States of the National Commercial Tricycle, Motorcycle Owners and Riders Association, NACTIMO, Nasir Ambrosa, has drummed the association's support for Kingsley Moghalu to run for presidency come 2023 general election. Ambrosa made this known at a press conference organized by Tricycle and Motorcycle Association in Abuja on Friday. SignatureTV correspondent Anita Eze was at the press briefing and now reports.
The Tricycle and Motorcycle Association of Northern Nigeria says Kingsley Moghalu is their choice for president come 2023. The association said he is a man of intellect who has proven to be the best man for the job. Speaking at the event, the chairman of the Association for 19 Northern States, Nasir Ambrosa, said the association decided to throw their weight behind Moghalu, not because the present government was not treating them fairly by banning them from operating on some major roads in the country. Ambrosa stated that they are not against any party or candidate, but the association was interested in Kingsley Moghalu emerging as president of Nigeria to come into power in 2023. He said with his wealth of experience in banking and academics, the former Central Bank Deputy Governor had the capacity to address Nigeria's economic challenges.
We call him to come and serve Nigeria in general. We are not against any party or any candidate of or other parties. Our own concern, we deeply think about this man is a very important person. If he like, he will come in APC, AFGA, whatever. We didn't mind party because we are no interest of any party. We are interested to call on him to come out 2023 to try his best, and then we his backbone.
Addressing members, the Zamfara State Chairman Zaharaddin Ismail said banning them and cutting them out of business has greatly affected their source of livelihood and the families they cater for, while stating that their choice of Moghalu we elect will see the reversal of this ban and bring their source of income back.
Well, we're expecting a better Nigeria from him. Because one, we the keke riders, we experience a lot of difficulties from the present government and some past government that passed. We experience so many difficulties and challenges. And we believe with him being a president, we will have a better Nigeria and we will have smooth operation of our members.
The event, which took place at the Edivic Hotel, Garki, Abuja, was attended by 9 state chapter chairmen and the press. I am Anita Eze for SignatureTV Abuja.
The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, on Thursday evening featured at the Holy Communion service of the May edition of the Church's Holy Ghost service after the death of his 42-year-old son, Pastor Dare Adeboye. Pastor Enoch, who kept mute on the passing of his son, was visibly heartbroken and troubled. Dare Adeboye died in his sleep on Wednesday in Eket, Akwa Ibom State, where he was based with his family. His death shocked the whole world as well-meaning persons, including presidents, governors, and personalities, condoled the 79-year-old General Overseer and his wife over the death of their son. The Managing Director, Nigerian Port Authority, Hadiza Usman, has been suspended on Thursday by the presidency. Her suspension is temporal, pending on when the panel of inquiry that has been constituted to look into her matter as well as other concerns come up with a memorandum. It was, however, not clear what necessitated the suspension of the NPA boss, who was only reappointed in January this year by President Muhammadu Buhari. Spokesperson of the ministry, Eric Ojiekwe, could not be reached for comments on the development. And now moving over to sports, the world's oldest person, a Japanese woman aged 118, has given up her sport in the Olympic torch relay due to a surge in COVID-19 cases across the country. Kei Tanaka from Fukuoka in southern Japan has been planning to use a wheelchair to carry the torch when it passes through the city on Tuesday, but the family said the spread of the coronavirus will not allow that anymore. The government on Friday extended a virus state of emergency in Tokyo and other areas, and also imposed restrictions in Fukuoka and other regions. Japan's government and Olympic organizers insist the games will go ahead safely, although polls showed most Japanese are in support for its cancellation or another delay. Bayern Munich made their second attempt to wrap up the Bundesliga title on Saturday after Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig clashed earlier in a rehearsal for next week's German Cup final. A 2-1 defeat at relegation threatened Mainz a fortnight ago has caused Bayern the chance to be confirmed Bundesliga champions for the 9th straight season. With 3 games left, they can now secure the title at home to Borussia Mönchengladbach late on Saturday. However, Bayern's 7-point lead at the top could be cut before kickoff as second-place Leipzig head to Dortmund earlier in the day. 5th-place Dortmund are a point from the Champions League places and want a home win to boost their European ambitions while playing down a marker for next Thursday's domestic final. Aisha Jumal El Hassan, popularly known as Mama Taraba, is dead. The former Minister of Women Affairs and Senator who represented Taraba North Senatorial District died at the age of 61. She was born on the 16th of September 1959 in Jalingo. We will bring you details later. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Immigration Boss advised officers to make good use of Standard of Operation Manual. ICPC Boss charges legislators to investigate, expose and prevent corruption at all levels of government. Tricycle and Motorcycle Association in Abuja drums support for Kingsley Moghalu. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. And that's the SignatureTV News Update. On behalf of my producer, Anita Eze, I am Marvelous Obomanu. Thanks for watching and wishing you a nice weekend ahead.